And now more great information from Michigan's retirement coach, Mike Douglas.
And I'm Heather Branch here with Mike to ask for his insight on what you can be working on now as you get closer to your retirement goal. You've worked hard to earn and save. Now you got to take that nest egg and make it work hard for you in your retirement. So we want to make sure you have that proper financial plan in place. And that's what Mike and his team are here to help you figure out. If you have questions, just go to our website, michigansretirementcoach.com. Begin that conversation with Mike and his team. And don't forget that as you are listening, you can always learn more and continue to get Mike's advice on many different subjects by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Just search Michigan's Retirement Coach on YouTube to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So you are back from doing the thing that I've been making fun of you for. Well, actually, so you and your wife got the pleasure of taking a trip to Spain.
Yes.
Very exciting.
Loved it.
However, before you left, I think we discussed that you were not going to do the running of the bulls.
No, that'd be dumb.
That was not part of the plan.
Yeah, it's a foolish life decision.
And then you come back, and what do you tell me?
I ran with the bulls. Made
Dumb.
a foolish life decision.
Dumb. But you have 4 children. Where is your self-preservation gene? 4 children.
And they still
4
have
young
a dad.
children.
They still have a dad. It went well. And without any gore holes, no pokes, no getting run over, no trample marks, no tread marks on my back. It was a lot of fun. I went with a great group of friends and was not even enticed or pressured, was encouraged to consider doing it. And that's all it took.
Pressure.
They just threw out a very nice, hey, have you thought about doing it? And I was like, yeah, I've thought about it. I don't know. They said, well, if you want, you can go with us. And that was about the extent of it. And that's all it took.
Got it.
It was so much fun.
So you made it back.
Yep.
I'm glad I didn't know that you were going to do this thing before you went, because otherwise I would have just cast all kinds of judging your way. So now I can just
caught a couple lectures. Yeah.
So, I think I still give you a few.
Yeah. Even after the fact, you still give me a lecture about it. It's all right.
Can we talk about athletics that we both can get on board with?
Are for.
Can we talk about athletics that we both can get on board with, though, please?
Yes.
Let's talk basketball.
Yeah.
I know you love talking sports.
I do love talking
and
sports.
The analogies. Well, the analogies that sports can play with most situations in life are very, very real. Obviously, the name Caitlin Clark is on the tips of many Americans' tongues.
We're talking WNBA, everybody.
Listen,
it's happening.
I am here for it. It's so fun to watch her play. What she's been able to bring to the WNBA, no other female player has brought to the sport thus far. I love seeing all these young girls because, sports are so important to young girls.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's as prevalent for girls to play sports as it is for boys. So I just love this. I think it's a very healthy conversation. And I think that her perspective is very healthy and good. Obviously, she's playing her rookie year, and just watching her sink those 3-point shots, she is continuing to just inspire and awe us. Here's the thing, though. She is also one of the league's leaders in assists, which I think is great, helping her teammates to score. It's not just about her 3-point shots. And here is what she said about assisting.
Everybody wants to fall in love with the scoring and the long threes. I think it's my passing. I love setting my teammates up for success. I feel like I can kind of see the game develop a little bit faster and, before a play even occurs. And I think my teammates can see that as well. I get to play with the best of the world now. So why wouldn't I want to feed them the ball? Come on, give me an assist. Let's go.
Come on, give me an assist. Let's go. Assisting people. I mean, this is the role you play for the majority of the people that you work with in your office and helping them, assisting in this next phase of their financial life, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. When we're working with people, finances and retirement planning, it's a very comprehensive system. And a lot of times, like she said, everybody wants to fall in love with the scoring, right? Well, in my opinion, that's the rates of return. Everybody falls in love with, did my portfolio chase the market? Did it go get the returns?
That $1 million, right?
Yeah,
that people
having
love
that certain
seeing that
number.
Amount at the bottom of the statement. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like, how many points did I score? Is exactly right. And it's that benchmark. But really, that's just one piece of it. I love Coach Izzo here. Obviously, I'm a diehard Michigan State fan. And Coach Izzo does a wonderful job, not just of X's and O's, but of trying to get the absolute best out of every player he coaches. And they all require different styles of coaching, different things. From the outside, there's a lot of hate that gets thrown at him because he coaches very passionately and intensely. But yet every single player comes back and says, I would die for that man. Like he's a father. And it's because he takes them as individuals, takes them as individual players, not just as a part of his system and part of his machine, but as a person, and figures out where they need to go and how to grow up. And he promises parents all the time, we're going to take a young boy and turn him into a man. And he goes through this journey with them. And finances are no different. There's this process that is bigger, not more important. It's bigger than rates of return.
Right.
Your investments matter. And that's kind of like the point guard, right? Like you have this point guard that runs and it's the investments and they get me a return and they get me my points. But you also have these other things like my taxes, my estate plan, my risk management, my insurances that I need, all these different things that have to also be coached. They have to be coached differently, but yet they interact with each other and they interweave with each other. And so they're all supposed to be running these same plays, but yet doing their jobs differently. And to look at the investments, like Caitlin says, it's like everybody looks at all the scoring, everybody looks at the rates of return, everybody looks at that bottom line number. And that number matters because it does drive the boat. But it's like you also have to have these other things working together. And sometimes you need things to hand off things to each other. We need to know that. I just sat with someone yesterday as we were walking through their portfolio build. She came in and she's a single lady who is a widow, and she's working through her retirement plan now in this new phase of life, which is retired being a widow. Yeah. And as we went through, she's asking us to look at her portfolio and see if there are good positions inside of it. And I said, have you ever looked at the tax consequences in this portfolio? She goes, well, no, we've never talked. I don't talk to my CPA.
I'm sure she was probably even like tax consequences.
Yeah. What consequences are there? And so we went through and I told her for her specific plan, we actually needed to focus more on taxes because taxes were going to inform the investment decisions. Investment decisions would inform, and then risk would inform the investment decisions. So it's like taxes and risk needed to be kind of like the main ball control. They needed to be the ball handlers. And then they would feed into what investments we chose. And from there, that would determine other things. So for her, some people come in and we say, we just need to get a certain rate of return and you'll be fine forever because you only have IRA money or you only have this type of money. But when you have unique situations, for her, we said, we're not going to focus on the point scoring, on the rates of return so much. We're going to focus more on how much you keep by making sure your taxes are minimized and that the taxes are paid when it makes most sense for you. Being a widow, you're in a single filing tax bracket that most people aren't prepared for, and they don't think about those changes. And so we had to go through and adjust her plan and even her paradigm, her thinking on how to build an investment plan, from which stocks to buy instead to how do I keep as much of this as possible? Because now that I'm going to pay more in taxes, I don't want to give it away. So that's all part of a comprehensive plan. And like I said, like Coach Izzo, coaching all the different players, trying to draw the best out of each one individually. And then also when you draw the best out of them individually, it helps the team as a whole. That's a comprehensive financial plan. That's what it means to be a CFP, a certified financial planner, to coach the whole team. And I've got people who come in all the time. They say, well, I work with a CFP. I said, great. Have they looked at your taxes? They don't do taxes. They're a financial guy. Like, well, a CFP is trained in taxes. Right.
There's a difference between a financial advisor and a certified financial planner. Right. Because the difference is the things that you can do within a plan.
Yeah. Well, and the truth is people will get designations. You can get designations in kind of all kinds of stuff. Doesn't mean you practice what you learned.
Got it.
Right. And so for me, being a CFP means I take on the burden of the entire plan, not just saying, hey, I'm a CFP, so let's go buy you some stocks or sell you some annuities. It's a really comprehensive approach to life and coaching the whole team. And that's a big part of how you make sure you're successful. So just like Caitlin Clark is more than a scorer, she's a leader. She's an assist machine. She is a pretty good defender. She gets a lot of blocks and a lot of rebounds for a point guard. She does all these things. She has a very rounded out stat sheet pretty much every game. And your portfolio needs a very rounded out stat sheet across the board. And that's what it means to be a certified financial planner. So when we sit down and talk with people, it's a holistic plan. So for those of you who are looking for a comprehensive plan, go to our website, michigansretirementcoach.com. There's a button that says Start Your Retirement Roadmap Today. Click on that. It'll start walking you through the process of understanding who you are, understanding what you have. It'll schedule a time to meet with us, and we'll go through and say, all right, you have this whole team that you're responsible for now that you're retired. Your taxes, your estate plan, your income, your risk, your investment decisions, all these things and all your insurances. And you have to be responsible for them. And you say, you know what? I want a comprehensive game plan that takes care of all of that with Michigan's Retirement Coach. Go to our website, michigansretirementcoach.com. Click on the Start Your Retirement Roadmap button today, and we'll have that conversation.
We also have links posted in the show notes. So if it's more convenient, you can just click there to go to our website, which is, again, michigansretirementcoach.com.
Thanks for listening to Michigan's Retirement Coach with Mike Douglas. To learn more, visit mylifeplanfinancial.com.
Michael Douglas is an investment advisor representative of Stewards Wealth Planning, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Financial professionals are not licensed in all 50 states. To find out if Michael Douglas is licensed in your state, please call 517-323-7526. Stewards Wealth Planning, LLC is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency and does not provide legal or tax advice. Annuity guarantees rely solely on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing insurance company. By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance and annuity products offered through Michael B. Douglas, NPN number 9650939.